Okay folks, today I've got a real treat for you. This is a vintage Chevrolet AM FM Stereo radio. This style radio was used by Chevrolet as a factory option in 1970 to 1972 Chevrolet full-size cars. So that's Impala, Caprice, Biscayne, etc. 70 to 76 Camaro, 70 to 76 Nova, and 70 to 72 Chevelle and El Camino and Monte Carlo. And it is a beautiful example. Not very many of these were made in the stereo version. So the stereo version can be identified by this orange indicator up in the upper right hand side of the radio. And the difference between the standard AM/FM mono radio and this AM/FM stereo radio is the mono radio had one audio channel. Sometimes that audio channel was split between a front and rear speaker, but it was only one audio channel. This radio is a 4-channel stereo radio, which means it has 4 speakers that are independently driven by different audio channels. So you have a left front, left rear, right rear, and you get true stereo sound. And that's the reason for this indicator on the top. That indicator will come in when a strong FM stereo signal is tuned in, and it'll tell you that you're getting true stereo sound. Anyway, we're going to test this today. We have it hooked up to a 12-volt battery, the correct 8-ohm speaker, and an antenna. And I'm going to show you that it works in AM and FM. And yeah, without further ado, let's do this. So we're on AM now, as you can see.
I've mentioned this before. My dad is a deacon.
So I'm not going to stop at every station, but I'll show you that we're loud and clear. And hopefully you can see our light is on the inside. Alright. Lost our ground there a little bit.
On the daily, but what do you really know about it? There's so much more.
Okay, we're going to swap over to FM now. To switch over to FM, you simply swip this sidebar over. You can see our FM stereo indicator is on, showing that we have stereo sound. I'm going to show you that all 4 audio channels work here. So right now we have it hooked up to the tan wire on the factory harness. We're going to switch over to the brown wire, then the purple wire, and finally the blue wire. And we'll just leave it on the blue wire there, as long as we're not going to ground out. Okay, so now we're on the blue wire. Not that it really matters, but you'll see this stereo indicator turning on and off as we go through the tile. That is what is supposed to happen. Lots of stations.
Y da el primer paso hacia tu libertad final.
Awesome reception, guys. It gets really loud.
Radio Nueva Vida. That could help her daughter.
He's going to finish on his presidency.
Anyway, awesome reception throughout the dial here. And finally, I'll show you all the push buttons work. I have them set above each individual push button just to test them, and then I'll show you how to set one. So let's say we like this station. We pull out any push button we like, push it back in, and then no matter where we go, we can go right back to where we were. Anyhow, if you've been looking for a factory AM FM stereo for your 70 to 72 Chevrolet, don't miss this one, guys. They rarely come up for sale anymore. This one works well. That said, it's always a good idea to have one of these radios, even though it's working, serviced before you put it in the car, just because there's transistors and capacitors and things that just deteriorate over time. So it's nice to have someone go through it, lubricate it. They can clean up the face and the lens and everything at the same time. It's usually pretty reasonably priced. But that's totally up to you. It's working well as it is. Yeah, so if you've been looking for one, don't miss it, guys. A 70 model comes with a green top lens here, and they reproduce these lenses. They're inexpensive, so you could replace that too if you wanted to. Same with the knob. 70 used a different style knob, but they're just a simple swap out. Anyway, don't miss it, guys. It's awesome.